Hello, Andrea. Here is your sewer scope from today's inspection. It's me in that little room there where the water meter is. There's the cleanouts, access points. Again, I wasn't able to get the cap off of that main sewer stack, and I didn't want to force it. Tall stack of PVC like that, I didn't want to take the chance of cracking the pipe or anything like that. So, since I had a viable alternative, I decided to come through here. So, typical cast iron, it's for a 40-plus-year-old pipe. It's got a fairly decent amount of scaling on it. It gets a little bit worse as we go along, also some buildup on there. In the written report, I'm going to recommend that at some point after move-in, maybe within 12 to 24 months, you might want to consider having it clean. Cast iron, as it corrodes, gets very rough on the interior, so it has a tendency to pick up stuff, not only kind of natural materials and things like that, but paper products, odds and ends, whatever. So it'll tend to coat the pipe and it'll lose its diameter. Also, like this, what looks like a piece of plastic. Since the home went through a fairly extensive remodel, it's not uncommon to have a tradesperson dump something down a drain, or if they're, if they've got the toilet off, have something fall down into the line. Likely when, just a quick heads up, so that looks like a top right corner, that looks like the bottom of a clean out cap. There is a clean out in the floor of the garage, right where the garage floor meets the driveway. So if you're looking at the counter, that counter, I apologize for the date being wrong on part of that counter, that distance-wise makes sense. So it's probably that floor drain. That's the city connection right there. We made it about almost 81 feet out to the city connection. Back to what I was saying about that piece of plastic, most likely the first time you do a load of laundry or fill the tub and drain it, that'll clear that out. Just once we get a high volume of water moving through, it should clear that out. But again, back to the original point, cast iron will tend to grab onto stuff. It's not likely that it'll alone be enough to create any kind of a backup. Usually that only happens in like a clay pipe where you've got roots growing in. So, but I would still recommend at some point, 12 to 24 months down the road, descaling the pipe, getting rid of some of that buildup on there, just as part of good, normal housekeeping on the pipe. I'm obviously pulling back now and going the return trip. Feel free to watch the return voyage. And as always, please reach out to me if you have any questions or if I can be of service.